Members of the jury, welcome to the most anticipated event of the legal season. You have been selected to serve on the jury for the case of the people versus the mysterious case of the missing cookies. As you sit in those incredibly comfortable chairs that we all know and love, I charge you with a task of utmost importance and with a sprinkle of fun. First and foremost, let's lay down the ground rules, shall we? This is a courtroom, not a circus, although clowns are welcome if they're part of the evidence. You are to listen to the facts presented, the witnesses' testimonies, and the arguments with an open mind and a closed mouth. Chewing gum is permitted, but no bubble blowing, please. Now let's talk about the case. The defendant stands accused of sneaking into the kitchen late at night and pilfering a plate of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. The prosecution claims they have crumbs of evidence and a trail of chocolate fingerprints leading to the defendant. The defense, however, argues that their client was framed by a rival baker and that the real cookie monster remains at large. As jurors, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to determine whether the defendant is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. This means you'll need to sift through the flowery testimony, weigh the buttery facts, and decide if the evidence is half-baked or if it rises to the occasion. I hope this helps with your understanding. During your deliberations, you are to consider only the evidence presented in this courtroom. Any outside information, including cookie recipes, baking blogs, or grandma's secret ingredients, must be left at the door. Remember, we're looking for proof, not proofing yeast. You will be given time to discuss amongst yourselves the chewy center of this case. Are the accusations a recipe for disaster, or is there a sprinkle of truth to them? It's up to you to decide if the defendant is a cookie connoisseur or a cookie crook. In the end, if you find the evidence satisfying and fulfilling like a warm cookie straight out of the oven, then you must return with a verdict of guilty. However, if the case leaves you feeling half-starved for answers and craving more, then you must declare the defendant not guilty. Before I let you off to deliberate, remember that this is a serious matter with a pinch of playfulness. The fate of the defendant and the honor of the missing cookies rest in your hands. So take a deep breath, smell the aroma of justice, and get ready to bake up a verdict. As you debate, remember that this case is about more than just cookies. It's about integrity, honesty, and the right to a fair trial. The defendant, with eyes as innocent as a gingerbread man's, claims no knowledge of the cookie caper. Yet, the prosecution presents a tale as tangled as a pretzel, with witnesses who swear they saw the defendant with a hand in the cookie jar. You, the esteemed jury, are the chefs in the kitchen of justice. Each of you brings a unique flavor to the mix, and together you must blend your perspectives to cook up a fair verdict. As you mix the dough of deliberation, knead it with care and let it rest in the warmth of wisdom. Evidence must be tasted with a discerning palate. The prosecution's case may seem sweet on the surface, but does it have the depth of flavor to satisfy the hunger for truth? The defense's argument, on the other hand, may appear savory, but is it seasoned with enough facts to make a palatable point? The courtroom is the oven where opinions are made. It's hot, it's stressful, but it's necessary. You must set the timer of thought to just the right moment for a verdict that is neither undercooked nor burnt to a crisp. When the time comes to serve your verdict, present it with the confidence of a five-star chef. Whether it's a guilty or not guilty, it should be a decision that you can proudly place on the table of justice, garnished with the parsley of prudence. As you ponder the fate of the defendant, let us take a moment to appreciate the gravity of your task. You hold in your hands the power to change lives, to affect outcomes, and to uphold the law. It's a heavy responsibility, flavored with the essence of civic duty.